it appears that my intro is malfunctioning. Well, screw the intro music. Good evening to all of you, and welcome back again to Yosef's 2 cents. As always, I'm your man, Yosef Isaiah Benjamin, and what a privilege it is to have you to join me once again. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. And on this podcast presentation, I would like to share with you from the subject entitled Stepdaddy Season. That is Stepdaddy Season. And there is a reason why that I would like to share with you from the subject Stepdaddy Season. And I'm going to share with you the hidden meaning behind this. There we are. There we go. I apologize for the delay of my intro music, but nonetheless, thank you all so much for joining me again on another podcast presentation of Yosef's 2 cents. I am your man, Yosef Isaiah Benjamin, and I'm hoping that you are enjoying your Saturday evening. I certainly am not going to hold you very long, but there is a subject that I promised you, the viewers, that we would talk about, and that is Stepdaddy Season. There's a reason why supposedly Stepdaddy Season is in full swing, but I'm going to share with you the hidden meaning behind all this. Let's see who's just joined us here. Brother Barron, good evening to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us again. I do appreciate it, as always. Good evening to you too, Lady Marla. Thank you for joining me again. Daniel P., what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us as well. So y'all come on in, unwind, relax, and for the next few minutes, we will sit down and do what we always do, and that is sit down and reason together. I certainly hope that you are having a fantastic Saturday evening and things are going quite well for you. Let's see. We're going to get started in just a few moments. Meanwhile, folks, sit down, unwind, relax, and we will get started momentarily. All right, all right. Once again, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining me again on this most auspicious Saturday evening. But you know something, above the ground, every day that you are above the ground or I'm above the ground, it is without question a special occasion. Every day above the ground is certainly a special occasion. Um, let's see. Let's see. Daniel P says stepdaddy season, more like simp daddy season. Listen, man, a lot of people are feeling the same way that you are. And for the most part, I have to agree as well. Lady Marla's agreeing with every day being above ground is a special occasion. It is. I mean, we used to wait for special times to wear our most exquisite uh, pieces of attire, and we used to wait for supposed special occasions. But you know, the way everything is today, our loved ones dying and our loved ones are, dropping off, the scene in death in various ways. Every day above the ground truly is a special occasion. It really is. But there's a reason why, ladies and gentlemen, that I wanted to talk to you about stepdaddy season. And I want to apologize to you for talking about this subject so late. Um, I had a situation um, at my job that really needed my immediate attention, and unfortunately, I was not able to go on the air. Thankfully, the situation at the job was handled, and everything is back on track. However, there is a reason why I wanted to share with you this subject, step daddy season. Ah, uh, Sister Bobby, good evening to you. Thank you for the reaction. I do very much appreciate it. What I'm getting ready to do, ladies and gentlemen, is share with you a clip, a sound bite, a 2 minute and 4 second sound bite of a narcissistic young woman by the name of Brittany Renner, PJ Washington's ex-fiance. And for those of you who do not know who PJ Washington is, he is a NBA star who is now, unfortunately, the baby father of Brittany Renner. Now, allow me once again, because I have so much respect for you, my viewers and listeners. I apologize firsthand for the stupidity and insanity that you are getting ready to hear, but I'm setting up the premise. You understand? I'm setting up the premise for my subject here on this occasion. There's a reason why I'm doing this. So for the next 2 minutes, if you can, and if you will, Just, um, just listen. I apologize for the stupidity. It's officially stepdaddy season. Hold on. Let me start over again. Hold on. All right, here we go. Just take a listen. Here we go. Hey y'all. It's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah, what I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But, you and my baby gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So we're moving forward, onward, and upward. Okay? I know a lot of you are skeptical about talking to people with children, but I can assure you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment. I really do. I really, really do. I just want you guys to be happy. I swear. I do. Now, I'm not a threat, but, I can't speak for the other hoes that you don't know about. Maybe odds have it be in your favor. But I am here for it, okay? Like, people move on. You should have got the ring first. It wasn't going to work out anyways. It just wasn't going to work out. Let's laugh together and let's raise this baby, Ooh, it's ghetto. It's so fucking ghetto. In conclusion, stepdaddy season. Big aura. All right. Now, I realize that was really 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, that you won't ever get back. But as I have said before, there is a reason why I wanted you to hear that. Now, that is not wifey material. That was Brittany Renner, the baby mama of PJ Washington, NBA superstar. Right? You see, there are so many learning curves that we can get from this. Now, let's see. What did Brother Barron say? Brother Barron said that dick drove her crazy. Brother Barron, I don't think it was necessarily the dick that drove her crazy. I think she was like this before PJ got with her. See, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to me very carefully, because you have to remember that people act a certain way because it's genetic. People act and they think like their genetics. Understand that. Let's see. Oh, Nadia said that. Okay. Hey, Nadia, what's going on? Thank you for joining us again tonight. I do appreciate it. The reality is, again, folks, people act their genetics. And what we have here in this situation that is before us is a woman that is acting just like her genetics. It's the truth. She said in that horrible monologue, in that horrible soliloquy, that she is not a threat. Yes, the hell she is. And it is because of fee fails, not females, but fee fails, Fefail. Fee fails. Fefails. Fee fails. Why men are continuing to boycott marriages and relationships in droves. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't good women and good men in the world. I'm certain there are good men and women in the world left. But the reality of the matter is, let's face it, you have more men and women that's single than ever before. And part of the reason is because of the simple fact that people are still going along with the status quo, especially when they are telling them all kinds of nonsense. And you have fee failures, just like Brittany Renner, who actually believe that they are wifey material. Wrong. She is not marriage material. She is mattress material. And see, the reality is this, ladies and gents. When she said that baby stepdaddy season is in full swing, let me tell you something. Women like her are scared to death. That's a cop out. You know why that's a cop out? Because she realizes more and more men are not willing to become stepfathers, because the majority of the time, the baby mama and the baby daddy are still smashing. The baby daddy is still clapping the cheeks of the baby mama. And anybody in these days and times that puts themselves in the position, any man that puts himself in the position, the majority of the times, he is nothing more than a glorified babysitter, while the mother and the father are smashing, taking care of the kids. He's a glorified babysitter. It's a sad state of affairs, and I hate to be so crass, but you all know how I am. I have to be honest with you. And the majority of the times, step parents don't work out. And this right here is one of the examples as to why. J. Cole, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. He says, laugh out loud. Only athlete simps or a pookie who needs a place to stay will sign up to be a stepdad for a woman who purposely go around the block. That too. That too. Now, there are some exceptions to the rule. Wait a minute, Dr. Yosef, what you talking about? There are some exceptions to the rule. Listen to me. Listen, I know that the climate out here, the social climate out here when it comes down to dating, is a complete clown show. I get it. I get it. Believe me, if anybody understands, it's me. I get it. But here are the very few exceptions to the rule. Mind you of something. Unfortunately, you have women that are still losing their husbands in death every day. You have widows walking and roaming the face of this earth every single day. Death is something that we cannot control. The black horse of death continues to ride throughout the United States and the world. I understand that a man does not want to be a stepfather. As a matter of fact, I don't fault him for it, because in a man's mind, he feels that if that child or children is not his, he is not obligated to take care of that child, especially if it's not his. I understand that. And also, there has also been a lot of shaming of men because they refuse to be stepfathers. And no self-respecting man in his right mind is going to allow himself to be dictated by a congregation of lowlives who, number one, just like Brittany Renner did, mismanaged her body, was sexually promiscuous, did not have the proper training, does not have the knowledge and the education of the idiosyncrasies of science and sex and relationships. And she was just all out there, which brings me back to the reality once again that I explained to you a few seconds ago. People act their genetics, folks. People act their genetics. Listen, stepdaddy season is a load of bull crap. Simple. It's no such thing. The reason why they're calling it stepdaddy season is because they want men who chances are they put on the back burner and they kept as an option because at the time they did not appreciate that good man. Now, supposedly, women like Brittany have come to their senses, and now they want a good man. The fact is, they never wanted a good man in the first place. They wanted a patsy. They wanted a simp. They wanted a kleptogamist. They wanted a baby daddy. They do not believe in the institution of marriage. That's the problem with the majority of contemporary women today. They want the title, but they don't want the responsibility of a wife. And a lot of them are mattress material. They're concubines, but they're not wifey material. They're not marriage material. It's the truth. Plain, pure, and simple. Now, I know some of you are going to get mad at me, but if I'm telling the truth, if I'm regurgitating reality, if I am the echo of truth and the echo of reality, why the hell you get mad? Straighten the hell up and fly right. Truth. Let's see. Daniel P says, she had a good man, but didn't want nor desire to work it out with her husband. All she wanted was a baby to brag on and a check to cash for her. Exactly. Exactly. Well said. J. Cole says, I'd be a stepdad for a woman if she's a widow and she's proven wife material and her kid is well behaved. Hey, there you go. There you go. That's the exception that I'm talking about. Exactly. J. Cole and Daniel P., you gentlemen are spot on in your respective observations. But once again, you don't find too many women that's like that. See the contemporary woman, not just blacks, but the contemporary woman period is a joke. They're the laughing stocks of the United States. Hell, I dare say they're the laughing stocks of the world. It's the truth. And once again, more and more men are coming to the realization about the nature of the contemporary woman. The majority of them, not all of them, but the majority of them, the majority of the contemporary woman is an absolute toxic situation for any man to be in. Let me tell you just how bad it really has gotten. Now, this is going to be kind of comical, but hear me out. It has gotten so bad with these women, right? It's gotten so bad that even lesbians are walking away from these women. When you have lesbians walking away from women, you know damn well that these contemporary women, they are a different breed. They are a different dysgenic kind of a breed. That when you have lesbians walking away from these women, what the hell does that tell you? A few months ago, I had a lesbian to tell me, Yosef, I'm sick of these women. And I'm a woman myself. And you know for a fact that I'm a lesbian, but I'm walking away from them. About a year and a half ago, I was reading an article in which lesbians are walking away from women in droves. Some of them are going to continue to be lesbians, but they're going to stay single. Whereas they are abandoning lesbianism and they are turning back to heterosexuality. And they want to learn how to be housewives. Some of them, dare say, have even attempted to reconcile with their ex-husbands or their ex-fiancés in which they had a child with. I mean, this is how bad it's gotten. You got lesbians walking away from women. What does that tell you? Let's see. J. Cole says modern day women only want marriage to access to resources. Look at what happened to Kevin Garnett and Tyson Chandler. 16 years of marriage down the drain after his career is over. Meaning he's talking about Tyson Chandler. Exactly. And so when you have somebody that is telling the truth, especially about this subject matter of this magnitude, here come the shaming language. You got a 2-inch dick. You probably live with your mama. And here comes my favorite line. Your mama black. You stupid botch. What the hell does that have to do with anything? You just don't stand the fact, or you can't stand the fact that men see right through your shenanigans and men don't want to be bothered with you. Any self-respecting man doesn't want to be bothered with you or your snotty-nosed little bastard children. And you are also looking for that come up, and people are walking away and they are hiding their wallets. You prostituted yourself just like Brittany Renner did, and men realizes this, and guess what? Guess what? Men don't want to be bothered with you. No self-respecting man wants to be bothered with you, of course. And who the hell could blame them? And guess what? If a man don't want to be bothered with you, that means you ain't gonna get no wangama thing. So the substitute for the wangama thing is your bedroom sounding like a barber shop, just like this. And the buzzing is gonna be between your legs, sounding like a barber shop in your bedroom like this. That is what is in your future. That is exactly what is in your future, because no man wants to be bothered with you. Your bedrooms are going to be sounding like barbershops at night, because no man wants to be bothered with you. Period. Brother Mike, what's going on, my friend? Thanks for joining us. He says, at the end of the day, these children are suffering from these adult thought decisions. Well said. Well said, sir. Well said. And you know what's even sad about this? The majority of these promiscuous women, I have a new name for them. The Thotosaurus Rex. You ever heard of the Tyrannosaurus Rex? Well, these women are known as the Thotosaurus Rex. Truth. Brother Barron is laughing out loud. J. Cole says, laugh my ass off, that barbershop sound. Yeah, man. That's in their future. I'm telling you, bro, that is exactly what is in their future. It's their fault. It's the truth. It is their fault. It's their fault. They have absolutely no one to blame but themselves. It's their fault. Truth. It's their fault. They don't have no one else to blame but themselves. And that's why their bedroom is going to sound like a barber shop. Their bedroom is going to sound like a barber shop at night. Let's see who else has just joined us. Sister D, what's going on with you? Thanks for joining us. She says, stepdaddy is stepping on the biological position to show the father he better than the biological father. She continues, no one can take the place of the biological father. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. See, here's something else that you have to realize about the modern day woman. The majority of them, they sub-communicate, man. You understand? They sub-communicate. What do you mean by sub-communicate? It's simple. When they tell you what they want, right? They don't really mean it. See, your definition of what you think they want is totally different from what they're actually saying. When she says that she wants a good man, it's not for the same reason as an honorable woman wants a good man. See, a good woman wants an honorable man because she's marriage material. She's wifey material, especially if she has proven herself to be a virtuous woman. See, a virtuous woman, ladies and gentlemen, is a woman that is wifey material, that is marriage material, who is soft, who is feminine, who supports her husband as long as that man is doing the right thing for the right reason. As long as that man is not abusing that woman and treating her like a punching bag. You understand what I'm saying? On those grounds, on those terms. But when the majority of the contemporary woman says she wants a good man, what she's saying is she really wants a simp to take care of her children while she goes smash and sucks off her baby father. Daniel P says she claims she wants a good man, but it's not true. She only wants a good man to simply brag out loud by her actions, showing despite these typos, man. Y'all killing me with this. Sister Ward, what's going on? Thanks for joining us tonight. But I get the gist of what you're saying, bro. Yeah, she's done being ran through. She can still get a good man to simply be arrogant. And you're right. You're right. J. Cole says, it's gotten so bad that sometimes I see these women dogs sniffing the puss. That's how you know that dog is her man. Well, no arguments there. No arguments there. Or she can go right to her homemade barbershop. If she's not getting, if she doesn't have a dog that's sniffing the puss, she has a homemade barbershop right at her fingertips. Yep. Let's see. Sister D says that child/children knows who their father is. That stepdad came from the mother's mouth. Don't they know no one can replace the biological father? They know it, but they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. Hey, brother Mike, I'm on one tonight, man. I'm on one tonight. Sister D says, tell their mother step out that F boy situation. I bet you they won't. Tell them to step up to be evaluated and get therapy. I bet you won't do it. You know they won't. Mental illness is real. We all know that. Mental illness is sure enough real. Period. Sister D continues. They don't want no say. They don't want no one say stepmother, but it's okay to say someone else's stepfather. When it's no connection with child, people are sick in the effing head. They make me sick, bro. Listen, Sister D, you ain't the only one that is absolutely sickened and appalled by their behavior. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, I will reiterate, from a scientific basis, people act their genetics. People act their genetics. That's from a scientific basis. Now, from a spiritual basis, guess what? These people don't belong to the Most High. The Most High don't know them. The Most High does not know them, and they don't know the Most High, in spite of what they may say. J. Cole says, I hear even more modern educated women hiring male escorts because they're busy in their careers rather than just being a wife. Yeah. And if they are not hiring male escorts, they have their trusty dildos and they have that barbershop sound late at night. All right, I won that joke out. But that's the truth of the matter, folks. And see, once again, when people are saying that, it's stepdaddy season, that's really a load of nonsense. It is. Listen, all of us that's chopping it up right now, right? The reality is we all know that there is really no such thing as stepdaddy season. These promiscuous women, all they want is a man that they can use. They don't give two what's about that dude one way or the other. And see, the thing is also, the majority of women also, they hate men. Yeah. They hate men. They hate men. They have penis envy. I'm going to throw that out there too. They have penis envy. They hate men. They hate men and at the same time, they wish they had a wangamathang. Period. That's how it is. Truth. In all sincerity. They just look at men as walking dildos. Period. Now, it's a sad state of affairs. Stepdaddy season. They just want a simp to be a glorified babysitter so their baby father can still smash their cheeks. And I ain't talking about birthday cakes either, or cheeks. They want to clap them butt cheeks. That's how it is. Now, one of these goofballs is saying, why you got to be telling our secret? It ain't no secret. This is no secret. It's not a secret at all. Are you kidding me? It's not a secret. None of this is a secret. We all know the deal. We all know what's up. We know what's going on. Stepdaddy season. Come on. Are you for real? Miss me with that. Stepdaddy season. Please. Please. Miss me with that nonsense. For real? You know something, Sister D? You're spot on. Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all seen the movie Baby Boy? Before we get to the observation about the movie Baby Boy, let me get to your comments. Sister D says they hate men, but they love the F boy. Yeah. Daniel P is spot on. He says hating men is cultural now. Exactly. Sister D says, and that simp don't give a rabbit's ass about the mother's children. She continues. Watch Baby Boy. It shows how Snoop Dogg playing the simp didn't care about the men's son. No, he didn't. Look how the mom on Baby Boy loved that simp. I've seen that movie. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And like I said, folks, we can learn, or we can also be reminded by so many different things when it comes down to this dysgenic breaded, what's her name? I've forgotten the woman, PJ Washington's former fiance. But let me throw this out here too. And all of this is not only science, folks, but this is also uh, a form of social engineering. What do you mean by that? Simple. For many, many years, dare say generations even, the melanated community has been operated by women, by the matriarchs instead of the patriarchs. Instead of the patriarchs running the melanated community, you have the matriarchs running the black community. Look at the end result of it. And as a matter of fact, the melanated community, aka the black community, if you really think about it, it's been dead for decades. It's not even on life support anymore. And a lot of people feel this way. There's a lot of sentiments that goes into this. See? There was a time when men and women did believe in the institution of marriage. They really did. Not now. Here's something else too. If people really did believe, and I'm talking collectively now, collectively, if men and women really did believe in having a monogamous relationship, there wouldn't be so much cheating going on. You got a whole hell of a lot more polygamy going on than you and I realize. I will say it again. You have a whole lot more polygamous relationships going on than you and I realize. But it's kept under wraps. As quiet as it is kept. That's what's going on. That's what's been happening. Sister Yolanda, thanks for the reaction. I do appreciate it. See, people don't realize this. Brother Robert, thanks for the reaction, bro. I appreciate it. See, it's the truth. Who is this? We got I think we got a first-time viewer. I think JZJ. Thanks for the reaction, bro. I do appreciate it. So, like it or not, this is what's going on. People act their genetics, which is dysgenic. It's social engineering because the status quo is telling all of us that the lifestyle of being sexually promiscuous is acceptable when it's not. Look at all the STIs and all of the STDs, folks. There's nothing honorable about this. Nothing. Not a doggone thing honorable about this. Nothing. And then also spiritually, of course, right? It all goes back, or it stems back. The root cause of all this spiritually is when our ancestors turned their backs on the Most High. Look at what the handfag we are now. Stepdaddy sees in my foot. Ain't no such thing. They're saying all this nonsense because they're looking for a pet wallet. They're just looking for a wallet. They're looking for a come up. That's all it is. Truth. Let's see. Sister D says it shows the men's side, the simp side, and the mother side. Yeah, you talking about baby boy. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. She continues, I had to show some man about the females and make the females rat on themselves so they can find the truth. It's like that sometimes. It truly is like that sometimes. Brother Mark, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. I believe you're a first-time viewer. Daniel P. says, when I was a kid, there were kids all over the place playing with each other. Nowadays, you hardly see any kids nowadays. Just to show the major decline in reproduction, we are going extinct in America. Sad state of affairs, but that's what's going on. Brother Jay Starks, what's going on, man? Thanks for the reaction. I do appreciate it. Mark, thanks for the reaction. See? This is what's going on. And more men do not want to be responsible for any woman's or any dysfunctional woman's child. Who could blame them? And you are not going to hear me shame any man for doing that. Because I understand the crisis that is at hand. I understand the madness that's going on. I get it. I'm not going to fault any man for that. I'm not going to fault any man for that. Are you kidding me? It's the truth. I'm telling you. And you know what's even worse? Some of these toxic women, they are walking eyesores. And the ugliest sea biscuits and swamp donkeys got the most to say. My advice to you is just shut the hell up. Concentrate on which filter you're going to use on that ugly ass selfie that you want to take. That's my advice to you. And I also will say again, to the ladies and gentlemen, this next observation goes out to all of you. Stop telling beautiful women they're beautiful. Stop telling nice looking women how attractive they are. They know it. They got the message. They got the memo long time ago. You need to tell these sea biscuits how ugly they are and how much of a walking eyesore they really are, because they're the ones that's confused. And you need to tell these promiscuous sea biscuits that their sexual value plummeted when you ride the CC. What is the CC? The CC is the infamous and notorious cock carousel. Mr. Truth, I know you don't like my words, but doggone it, you need to hear this truth. You're a connoisseur of wangamathings. You're a connoisseur of penises. You don't know how to be a good mother. You're just dysgenically breaded. Period. You're just one big mass of dirt taking up space. Let me get to your comments. Daniel P says, in today's world, being a father is not worth it. We get nothing out of the deal but to be used, blamed, and destroyed on all fronts. Brother, man, well said. Well said. Absolutely well said. Well said. Brother Jay Stark says they're walking around here looking like trannies. Brother, you know something? I'm glad you said that. You know why I'm glad you said that? Let me piggyback off of what this brother just said. The masculine energy or the masculine spirit in these dames is so strong, it is really hard to determine and decipher if they are a real woman or a real man. That masculine energy is strong. It is. It is. And yet they want a what they call a high value man. Don't make me laugh. They want a high value man. They want a husband. And what makes you think that you're so deserving of a husband? Please. You will never be a virtuous woman. It'll never happen. It ain't in you. Now, somebody's gonna say, yo, so why are you talking down to all these women? Don't they deserve to have a chance at happiness? I mean, they've been through a lot. Yeah, and a lot's been through them too. A lot's been through them too. The football team, the basketball team, sometimes even the baseball team, the swim team. And I will say again that a lot of you brothers who are in these miserable ass relationships, I got news for you. I'm going to say it one more time. And I'm going to continue to say it again and again and again. You were not necessarily the first round draft pick of the woman you're with. You were way at the bottom. You were probably in the last round, maybe the 26th or the 27th round. She settled for you. because the dude that she wanted realized that she wasn't worth a damn, and he walked away from her. I know my words are rough, but sometimes hard love is needed. Sometimes hard love is needed. It's the truth. Now, let me say this before we conclude. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. Am I saying that in all essence, there really is no hope or help for these women? For some of them, there is no hope or help for them because they don't want to change. And you know why they don't want to change? I tell you why they don't want to change. The reason why they don't want to change is because they're comfortable in their dysfunction. Their dysfunction feels good. They feel good in their dysfunction. They feel good in their debauchery and in their chicanery. And see, being a victim garners them more attention than it is for them being a wife. Yeah. Dysfunction brings about more attention instead of being a grown woman and getting themselves together. It's the truth. It's the truth. And so when you have women that are soft, that are feminine, that aren't masculine, that are wifey material and marriage material, you call those kind of women pick-me's. No, dumbass, they're not pick-me's. You are the real pick-me because you are the one that wants attention. And the wifey material, the women that's wives that have proven themselves to be wifey material, they don't need the barber shop at night because they're getting their backs blown out naturally. And they're following the advice of the late, great Michael Jackson. Don't stop till you get a nut. And believe me, they're getting plenty of nuts too. Whereas with your masculine acting ass, guess what? You got the barbershop at night. Here's your sound right between your legs. You're using that dildo right on your clit because the real wangama thing, you chased away. That's how it is. You chased away the real wangama thing. You had a chance to have your back blown out by being soft and feminine and not trying to compete with the man instead of competing with him. That's how it is. Talking about you don't need a man. Talking about ain't no good men out here. There are plenty of good men out here. It's just that you don't want a good man and your standard sucks. Your standards are very, very low. That's what that means. Just because a man can see right through your shenanigans and they don't want to be bothered with you being a pain in the behind, a pain in the ass, you get mad. You get mad. We gonna get mad for? We gonna get mad for? And see, let me throw this out here too as we get ready to wrap it up. I got a few more minutes remaining. Let me say this too. Women sees a good man and they know a good man when they see one. The thing is, they don't want a good man for the right reason. They only want a good man after their sexual market value and their external beauty has faded. And once that external beauty has faded, then here you come, 15 years, 5 children, and 275 pounds later, you want a good man. Please, miss me with that. Please, stop. Go to your barber shop at night. That's what you do. Go to your barber shop late at night. Use that dildo on your clit to get, and don't stop till you get a nut, like Michael Jackson said. That's the sound that you are most deserving of. Period. Bar none. And see, don't get mad at all of these other women that are married, that are happily married. Don't be mad at these women because they are in happy relationships and is leading up towards marriage. Don't be getting angry with the rest of these women because they're doing the right thing for the right reason. Don't do that. I told my lady this once before. And now I'm going, and for all the ladies that's listening to me, y'all listen to me good. I'm going to tell y'all the same thing I told Lady Marla. I said, you need to stop hanging around certain women, especially these ugly walking eyesores. You know why? They're jealous of you. Swamp donkeys are always jealous of nice looking women. It's the truth. Bless her heart. Lady Marla also said that every woman is beautiful. Bless her heart. She innocent. She hadn't been around as many sea biscuits as I have. The truth is, the majority of people are ugly as hell. They're walking eyesores. They are not appealing to the eye at all. As a matter of fact, some people are so damn ugly, you need to disinfect your eyes after seeing them. It's the truth. Most people are not attractive at all. And a lot of times, the reason why they're not as attractive as they could be is really because of what is in their heart and what is in their mind. See? You got people, and not only are some people struggle faces, but some of them got struggle bodies too. Man, some people got so much cellulite they look like they got potholes in their skin. That's how bad it is. Stepdaddy season. Let me tell you something. I'll say again. No man, no respectful man in his right mind wants to be bothered with a contemporary woman. Ain't gonna happen. Remember my status that I posted up or reposted some time ago? Allow me to quote myself. Femininity makes a man gets a full-blown erection. Femininity does. Feminism makes a man's penis go limp. There's a difference. I'll say again. Femininity makes a man's penis get a full-blown erection. Feminism makes a man's penis go limp. The softer and the more feminine a woman is, that woman, chances are, is going to get her back blown out. The softer and the more feminine a woman is, the harder that man's erection is. But the more masculine that woman is going to make that man's penis go limp. And some of you toxic dames are talking about your man's penis ain't big. No, the man's penis is not big. Chances are it's just that your vagina is just no longer a vagina. It's a pocket. And you can fit a bankroll in that pocket between your legs you call a vagina. That's how that goes too. From all that sexual promiscuity and you squalling out it's stepdaddy season. Sit your goofy asses down. It's the truth. It's the truth. And you hollering out, you want, ain't no good man, I'm a good wife, I'm a this, I'm a that. Shut up. You the laughing stock. You're the court jester. You the laughing stock. Everybody's laughing at you, getting a good laugh. Period. See? To all of the women that is wifey material, I salute y'all. You have my respect. Not only are you probably nice looking, but you all are probably nice people. See, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, right? When nice looking and I got a nice body, that's a blessing. It is. Because ain't too many people that have both. It's impossible to say that I have a nice body and a nice personality. You don't find that too many times anymore. See? I'm telling you. And all the decent and all the honorable women, much respect to y'all, man. But to the ones that's toxic and masculine and looking like transformers, robots in the skies, roll out. Get your act together. Stop being in competition with men. Start complimenting them. See? That's the truth. And I share in Brother Mike's sentiments. We thank you, sisters, and we appreciate you. Keep up the good work. I've held y'all long enough. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. But before I give my final 2 cents, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening to me. Thank you for your dialogue and thank you for the reactions. Like the video, share the video, tag your family and your friends, and donate to the cause. If you enjoy my content, If you come on and you listening to me faithfully, I appreciate it, and donate to the cause. My Cash App ID is $hidden one truth. Once again, that's $hidden one truth. Let me say this, and we will get ready to wrap things up. I will say once again, that there are exceptions when it comes down to being a step parent. The exceptions is that if that woman loses her husband in death and she becomes a widow, she has no control of that. Death happens. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality. Hey, Sade, what's going on? Thanks for joining us tonight. You have widows that roams and walks all over the face of the earth. They lost their husbands in death. Whether they lost their husbands because of sickness, or whether they were murdered, or whether they were serving this country. Death happens. Death, unfortunately, is a reality, and has been a reality for as long as this earth has been in existence. The black horse of death took away that woman's husband, or that child, or the children's father. But the toxic woman has made it that much more difficult for that honorable woman, that honorable widow, to get remarried because of her promiscuous nature. You see? And in addition to that, not just the toxic woman, but you simps and you kleptogamists, you haven't even studied the nature of these toxic women, because you only got one thing on your mind. You trying to get between her legs, but little do you know, she hates you. She hates men. She has penis envy, period. See? And the reality of the matter is this too. If you don't cease living the life of a promiscuous woman, guess what's going to happen? You're going to wind up being a single parent. You're going to have an STD. You're going to have all kinds of health problems. And nobody's going to want to be bothered with you. Because the bed that you have made is a bed of death, full of bed bugs, ticks, cum stains, because of your lifestyle. It's the truth. You never want to be held accountable for your promiscuous actions and your behavior. You think that it's all right living the lifestyle that you live in, and you don't want nobody to tell you anything otherwise because you're comfortable in your dysfunction. That's why people don't want to be bothered with you. And deep down in your subconscious mind, You know people don't want to be bothered with you, but you choose to be oblivious to this fact. You choose to be oblivious to this reality. More and more men are walking away from marriages. And see, the thing is, men believe in marriages. But the prospects is what they don't believe in. They believe in the institution of marriage. They take marriages seriously. It's the toxic women that don't. And when you love, you see a lot of men and women, they're incapable of loving. But especially these toxic women, they're incapable of loving because their love comes with conditions and terms, and they have this diluted image of what they want their man to be like. And Brother Jay Starks is right on the money. He says, they say they can't find a good man, but there's a lot of pregnant women out here. That's for sure. If you can't find a good man, why are there so many women that's walking around here with their bellies poked out because they're carrying a child? Let me read from the scriptures, and I'm going to get on out of here. From the Apocrypha, the so-called lost books of the Bible. From the book of Ecclesiasticus. The book of Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter, verses 22, 23, 24, and 25. Might as well read verse 26 too. It says, begin at verse 22, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Let me break this down right quick. And harlot, or a promiscuous woman, a prostitute, shall be accounted as spittle. What's spittle? It's spit. They are accounted as spittle, spit, saliva. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth or respects the Most High. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, or contemplateth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. That B word. Bitch. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Most High. That's verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Most High. That word shamefaced in the context means honorable, respectful, feminine, soft, God-fearing, God-loving. That's what that means. Let me read this final verse. Verse 26, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. That's what that means. What's up, Chrissy? Thanks for joining us. So it's better to be a wife that is a virtuous woman, better so than a harlot. That's what that means. And people want to talk, and they're talking about they want to be a Proverbs chapter 31 kind of a woman. How can you be a virtuous woman, which is a woman that is wife material, but you going around here dishonoring and disrespecting your husband? Sit down somewhere. I'm going to throw this out here too. Here's the truth. You got men that's leaving the church. That's right. You got men leaving the church. Why are they leaving the church? Because the church is practicing kleptogamy and they're not getting on the case and they're not preaching righteousness and holy living to promiscuous women, because the same promiscuous women that they're not preaching to is bringing in the money. That's why they ain't saying a word. That's why they're keeping their mouths shut. It's the truth. Men are not going to stay in these churches because they are simping. The preachers and the pastors are simping and pimping. I heard one time where a brother went to a church and they said, all the single sisters stand up. They stood up. All the single men stand up. They stood. And the simp and the pimp, the simping, pimping preacher, said to the men, now you need to go over to these women and get with them and be with them and their children. About 13 or 14 of those men got up and walked out the church. See? People are sick and tired of the nonsense. You are not going to ever have me to tell any of you or force you to go up against your principles and your morals. You ain't going to have me doing that. I'll tell you what the pros and the cons are, then it's up to you. But you are not going to ever have me to force you to go up against your conscience, to go up against your beliefs, to go up against your principles. Because at the end of the day, we are all trying to navigate through this wilderness of sin. It's the truth. About 13 or 14 of those men got up and walked out. See? and see your preachers, your bishops, your archbishops, they're not holding these women accountable. But guess what? I'm holding their asses accountable. Yes, I am. It's all right for you. You think it's all right for you to be slinging that puss back and to be throwing that booty back, and that man ain't your husband? Please. Please. That's part of the reason why your children are so screwed up right now. They don't have any respect for you because they are remembering the lifestyle you lived. They're remembering the lifestyle you lived. And when they get older and when they are able to fend for themselves, that's why they don't want to have nothing to do with you. Nothing. Because this is the reason why. Brother Gerald, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let me get to your observations right quick. Lady Marla says, great evening. Great podcast this evening. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. Brother Barron says, preach. Chrissy says, the heart will reveal all. Good evening, brother. Good evening to you again. Sister Chrissy, thanks for joining us. Lady Marla says, preach. Jay Stark says, facts. Brother Gerald concurs. Brother Mike says, it is the absolute truth. The preacher is afraid of offending women because they make up the majority of the church, but nobody is holding these women accountable. You know something? Y'all better be glad I ain't your pastor. Y'all better be glad. Y'all better be glad I ain't your pastor, because I damn sure will be holding these women accountable. Not dealing with the Western culture terror. Man, listen. Daniel P says, when you try and stand up and start telling the truth, they dumb you down or dismiss you in the church. Like I said, y'all better be glad I ain't your pastor. These women better be glad I ain't their pastor. Because I promise you, if I was their pastor, man, look, they would vote me out of the church. They would get all them little simp deacons and all them little simp trustees and them little kleptogamists, and they vote me out of the church that Sunday. But I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth. Somebody's got to tell the truth. Doesn't it say in the Bible? What does it say in the Bible? It says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Don't it say it? That's in St. John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Well, don't it say it? That's right there in the scriptures. That's the truth. That's not Yosef Benjamin saying this. That's not me saying that. I'm quoting the Bible. But I forgot. The sea biscuits and the swamp donkeys only want to obey the Bible when it's convenient for them. Never mind that it condemns sexual immorality. Never mind that when the scriptures teaching you that the marriage bed is blessed. Never mind that. They have their picks and their chooses as to what they want to listen and read. See? That's how it is. I close with this. all of the delusion, all of the chicanery that continues to ensue. All the nonsense that people continue to adhere to. Listen, let them continue on in their chicanery. Had Bible study earlier today. And for a passage of scripture reference, go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 through 12. But really zero in on verses 10 through 12. That's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 through 12. But the emphasis is 2 Thessalonians 2, verses 10 through 12, the final three verses. That's the emphasis. See, it's all right. It's all right to for certain things. When it comes down to the truth, you ain't allergic to the truth. But when it comes down to the truth being told about you, and you want to throw that ass back, that's why you're walking around with STIs and STDs. That's why you're walking around here with mental illness, with your bipolar acting asses. You fail to even realize and recognize that each time you let a man go in you raw and he climaxed in you, his DNA stays in you for good. That's more science for you. And Daniel P. is absolutely right. Those children hear their mother getting screwed in her room by different men while those children are trying to sleep. And they grow up remembering this stuff. They grow up remembering this stuff. And when they get older, they don't want to have nothing to do with their parents, with their mother. The mother wants to know why. Simple. You've been promiscuous. All right. I'm going to say this and I'm gone. There is a situation in which you can remedy all of these different situations. And this is how you do it. You have got to get the right kind of knowledge, the right kind of knowledge of self. When you have the right knowledge of self and the right knowledge of the Most High first, rather, and then the knowledge of self, then you're on your way. Isaiah 45:22 says, "Look unto me and be ye saved." Second Chronicles 7:14, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, I will hear from heaven, and I will heal their land." If thou wilt confess with thy mouth, if thou wilt believe in thine heart and confess with thy mouth, the man commonly called Jesus the Christ, aka Yeshua, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Thou shalt be saved. That's what it is. That's what this is. Knowledge of self, knowledge of the Most High, knowledge of self. In your nature, naturally. I've gone over my time. Let me do this. Let me say this. In your nature, you are naturally righteous and God-fearing and God-loving. But the problem is we've been compromised. And the compromise began when Adam and Eve rebelled in the Garden of Eden. And the dysfunction just progressed like a snowball. And now here we are in some very dark and dangerous times. Daniel P. says, you see why there are children coming up missing. They're running away from their wicked, nasty mothers. That's one of the reasons why. You're right. That's one of the reasons why. So there is no such thing as stepdaddy season. You want a man that you can use and abuse while you go and you continue on sucking off every man that has a penis. And if every man's penis had wings, certainly your mouth will be an airport. You swallowing another man's child or children. That's why you got daycare centers in your throat and in your stomach right now. You being too sexually promiscuous. And eventually all of that is going to catch up with you. You can get mad at me and you can get mad at others like me for telling the truth all you want. But at the end of the day, it don't change nothing. It don't change a hill of beans. It don't change nothing. It don't change nothing at all. I rest my case. Hold on. Y'all excuse me here. They don't want to. There it is. We'll try that. All right. As always, folks, the clock on the wall says that's all for now. I gotta admit, though, it's been a ball. Thank you for listening to me. Hope you got something out of it. Like the video, share the video, tag your family and your friends. Get yourselves together, women. Get yourselves together. Stop laying with no good men. Otherwise, this is also going to be in your future. That barbershop at night. That barbershop at night is going to be in your future. And you're going to be using that dildo that's making this same sound right on your clit. Do better. I'm Yosef Benjamin. That's my 2 cents. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Have a good one. I'm out. Peace.